Hello, hello. This is Yuri with Moving Sales Professionals and Let's Talk Moving podcast. And with me today, I have Phillip Olsen with Super Moving Box out of Sydney, Australia. How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. It's a little bit early here in Sydney at the moment.
Yeah, it's 3:42 p.m. here. What time is it in Sydney?
5:30 at the moment,
5:30 in the morning,
or
bright and early.
5:40 at this point.
Yeah, so we're quite a bit of difference here, okay? Phillip, how did you get started in the moving industry?
My dad was in the moving industry when I was growing up, and from that part, I've sort of seen a gap in the market here in Australia where there is only taped moving boxes, whereas Denmark have used no tape moving boxes for the past 20 years. And I want to introduce that to Australia and ideally throughout the world.
Heck, we need to have it introduced here in the U.S. Certainly would save us on tape, that's for sure.
At least the numbers say you would.
Okay. And you said you started out where? Because you're not originally from Australia, right?
Yeah, I'm from Denmark.
So you said you've had the no-tape boxes in Denmark for the longest time. What's the story on that? Is there a history that you're aware of?
There's not a history I'm aware of. My dad started, as I said, in the moving industry, and then it was just there at that time. So that's some 20 years ago or so. How it became, I don't actually know.
It's an
I know
interesting
that,
concept. Okay. So you
yeah,
have one of these boxes with you, correct?
yes, I do.
Okay. Can you show us?
I can indeed. It's very simple. Open up here, then fold it out, and we'll take the bottom and put it inside the box here, and the other bottom goes under here. And I'll get my chair, put it on here, and then inside we will take this bottom up, and then the sides will go up and lock, and the bottom goes in, and another side goes over, and the other side goes over. And then we have our moving box.
And now for a word from our sponsors. If you're a moving business owner, you may have already heard of Moversville, an email marketing service that helps moving companies increase, repeat, and referral business. But have you heard of Moversville Connect? Moversville Connect is an incredible resource for all things moving. They feature an array of vendors and services that cater specifically to the moving industry. You can find companies that provide moving software, moving sales services, marketing services, moving equipment providers, and much, much more. Visit moversville.com today to learn more.
Would you say it's safe enough to protect? How like if have you tested it? How much weight can it hold?
In Denmark, this particular box will carry up to 40 kilos. That's their rating. And there's a larger version that goes up to 60 kilos. I usually only say 20 kilos because I don't want people to break their backs from
Right.
using
So
it.
40 kilos is 88 pounds. So that's quite a bit. So yeah, so
Correct.
if we go 20 kilos, we're basically a little bit more than double. So we're about 44 pounds. That's a good amount of stuff for to be like a one person carry. So we're talking like basically each box would fit an equivalent of what we'd put our medium to large box, depending on sizing and what have you. So that's definitely something that can help. So another option for you guys to take a look at. What is it that's being used in Australia now? They're using just regular boxes and tape like we do here in the US?
Yes, we are using regular TTS boxes and wine boxes or bookcase boxes, the same parts, which doesn't have any handles in them either. In Australia, one of the benefits of this one is that it has handles that it's easier to carry, I would say, or lift up from the ground. I saw some in America in Lowe's, they do have handles, so that lowers the benefit a little bit. The other part is that you have 3 layers of cardboard on this one, so it's more comfortable to carry. The cardboard's not digging into your hands in the same way, I would say.
Okay. So would you say you see that more with just regular consumers using these or movers or both, or what's the Practical application, I guess.
I see both people using it, or both demographic, both the professional and the private person, which is how it is in Denmark. That the professional has this one size box, this size. Actually, they have it a little bit larger, and this one is sold in hardware stores like Lowe's or in Australia in Bunnings and Mitra 10. Also, Canadian Tire would be selling them Danish equivalent in different sizes. You also have half size, which is easier for some consumers to be using, private people. But the general moving industry only use one box.
What is the future of the super moving box, at least for Australia? Now, you're trying to get this introduced all over.
So I envision that it will be the main box that's being used, just like in Denmark, because I don't see a reason why it shouldn't be used. It has ton of benefit, and there's literally no downside that I would consider a serious downside.
Does your company need more creative marketing and ad campaigns to improve traffic and organic leads? Well, Moving Sales Professionals has a solution for you. We have partnered with social media marketing agency that has over 300 million views on their ads and videos across social media. And they have generated over $35 million for their clients over the last 10 years alone. Their services include content creation, social media ads, pay-per-click campaigns, website and funnel development, Google Ads, email marketing campaigns, lead generation, and much, much more. For a limited time only, they have discounted rates for their services. Sign up for a free consultation call with us via our Calendly link on our website or below this video.
Super moving box. This is your equivalent product of what's being used in Denmark, or is this a new and improved product, or
100% identical. There are no copyright protecting it. Anyone can make it. As I mentioned to you before, that I have seen it used in America on some YouTube channels. That's 5 years ago, though, that I saw those videos being made. I post videos every day at the moment with the box, and Saturday, Sunday, I post assembly instructions to make sure that everyone can see how it's assembled at all times.
that's awesome. So we have practical applications. It's something that can be used industry-wide. And what would you say is, if we're going into dollar equivalent, since dollar or pound, because of course we have the UK listeners here too. So what would you say is a cost of such box? What's the application? What is the cost of these items for you?
So through me, at the moment, my struggle is a little bit the warehousing. So that makes it more expensive than the regular boxes that you can buy directly from the manufacturer. Obviously, I'd be a distributor, which makes it slightly more expensive at, I'm going at $5.50, but that's Australian dollars.
Now, is Australian dollar less than US or more than US? I don't even know right now.
Less.
Less
So
than
that
US.
would be about $4, so 390.
And of course, just like anywhere else, if you buy this in bulk, if you're going out and buying, I don't know, 2,000 of these, obviously the price per box could potentially decrease.
Correct. It's a lot about the transport cost once we get lower volume.
Sounds like a good product and something that you as movers can also sell to the consumers, something that you can offer because it
Yeah,
has practical application of, usefulness in terms of people using it on a daily basis if they're trying to moving their own stuff boxes, or even use this potentially as a rental. It is something that certainly can be considered into use. Now, suddenly, why suddenly you decided to become basically a distributor of this specific product? Why this?
because it's not here, and I've been moving a bit in Denmark, and I will eventually be moving in Australia from place to place. And I just want it to be available to me. If I have to create them only for me, then there'll be $40 per box. And
Right.
so I just want everyone to have it so I can go to Lowe's and buy it myself.
So as I say, it's always crazy how much, and I'm not picking on you, Phil, by the way, but how much, it's the lazy people of this world that move the needle, right? Because they're the ones that tend to come up with the most creative technologies because they're trying to avoid or keep themselves from doing something, right? Whether in Phil's case, it's an idea of, okay, I'm gonna I want everybody to have this box so I don't have to pay $40 per box, so I can pay $4 per box effectively, or whatever, or effectively saving myself money because I want this to be a mass produced or mass available product, right? So same thing goes for other things that have been created. And while Phil is not the creator of this box, he's certainly somebody that sees the benefit of this product. And as movers or people affiliated with the moving industry, it is something that could be very well useful, something that we can provide to consumers. And of course, if you can sell a consumer on the idea of being able to have access to a product that is convenient, that is easy to use. Like you said, you have handles, which is not, most moving boxes don't necessarily have handles. Some of them do, but not like this. And what I like personally, just by seeing the video itself, what I like personally is basically the fact that the bottom of the box is reinforced enough that a box, frankly, this small would allow you to potentially carry something as heavy as 80 pounds. So that right there makes it an idea. Although for companies that quote based on cubic footage, this is not going to help them because now they're going to have very very heavy overweight moves for local application and long distance application. They're going to have heavy jobs that are going to make their trucks overweight while not taking up a lot of space. But for the companies that go based on weight, this may actually be more effective product that you could use from that standpoint if we're talking about pricing and what have you, right? So something to look at for you guys in UK. You can check that out, and maybe you can find, obviously, you're right there in Europe, and Denmark is not as far from you, so maybe you can find a local distributor out of Denmark that can provide you with this type of boxes and things like that, right? And then if you're in Australia, Phil is your man. So you can reach out to him and see if you can get that going. And I haven't seen these type of boxes in the U.S., but that doesn't mean that they don't exist, and there's not a distributor out there for that too. But something to think about. We have different application for different types of boxes and different type of materials that are available to us as consumers, as well as to us as movers, providing services to the consumers. So, Phil, thank you very much for bringing this product to our attention. Hopefully this is something that the industry can use more of. And guys, check this out. I'm going to make sure I'm going to have some links here for you to check out this product, maybe find some of the YouTube videos and what have you, and see if this is something that would be a good product for your moving company. Something as little as this can even help you differentiate yourself from some of your competition. If you provide a product to your consumer that nobody else in your area does, it's something that can once again help you get more business in the process because you're being unique. And of course, we talk about that a lot by being unique about providing products or services that perhaps not a lot of people provide, if at all, especially in your area. So once again, Phil, thank you very much for joining. And like I
Thank
always
you for
say,
having
the
me.
world moves on its own, so let the professionals move yours for you. Thank you for joining us, and we'll talk again soon.